quick Android hands-on here with the Cube i6. Just wanted to point out, I've connected the charging cable here, so you can see that there's a flashing LED here. Now that LED is something that the Teclast X98 Air 3G or the Onda V919 doesn't have at all. There's something new there, and there's also, if you can just see there's a little tiny, you can see there like a little sensor just below the screen there. That is actually the ambient light sensor. So there's a nice little touches that Cube have added to their idea of what a 9.7 inch retina screen tablet should be. Well, their dual boot tablet, their iPad clone, if you will, because that's basically what this is. This is an iPad clone that can run Android and Windows. It's a dual boot. Anyway, this is the Android hands-on. I've just installed Real Racing 3 and see how that runs. This is just the start of the game, so it's going through that little tutorial thing. And you'll notice now that they have bloody ads up on the game now. I don't remember there being pop-up ads on it. So that's interesting. So anyway, it just seems to be on the resume screen. Thankfully, not the whole time I'm playing. Okay, so I'll remove that cable because that is actually restricting me. I just plugged that in now just to show you the little charging light there. Talk to the right. I just turned the volume right down because that music is horrible. They really do need to change that music. So I'll just push ahead and try and get to first position. Pretty sure everyone else does that when they play this game. Of course, if you're really serious about this game, then you'd set up braking, not auto braking. What I've got on, that's just for people that aren't real pros at this game. Anyway, so you can see from this at least that yeah, the game runs fluidly as expected. And it looks great. Seems to run well. So I'll just exit out of that and show you the ROM. Yeah, okay. So I'll just get rid of that. I did run the Antutu Benchmark. So there's the score I managed to get. So 31,478. That's not that bad. It's kind of around the ballpark figure for these Atom Z37, 35, or the 36 even. It gets around that figure. The 36 is slightly higher, but there's really not that much in them. This, of course, this tablet does have a slower CPU than the Onda V919 and the Teclast X98 Air 3G. Slightly slower. It doesn't turbo up to 2.13 gigahertz. It only goes to 1.8. But because it doesn't turbo up so high, in theory it won't get as hot maybe, and you might have longer boost times on the cores. So that's yet to really been seen. I haven't really dug into that too much. So the ranking there of where the Cube i6 is just below the LG G3. As you can see, information of the tablet here. So just try and get that focus a little bit better on the camera. I think that's a bit better. Okay, so you can see the sensors. It's got the proximity sensor as well. I didn't know it had that. That's something that the Onda and the Teclast don't have. So you have that ambient sensor that I just mentioned before, an accelerometer, and there's nothing else really. There is no gyro in it. And there is, of course, there is a SIM slot for 3G. I will test that out in another video. I'll test out the 3G speed. So that's the overall score of that on Antutu. I know a lot of people like to see the benchmarks. So this is the stock ROM here. It is very much a super stock ROM, which is really nice. It's good to see. and there is no bloat on it. The only, what I would call bloat, and some people wouldn't, would be the Facebook app. They installed that already for you. Maybe they want to spy on your Facebook account. No, just joking. Hopefully not. But yeah, the Facebook was already installed. ES File Explorer was there, and everything else. Sensor Box, I've just installed that myself. Everything else, Antutu, the browser, that was set up. So there's a really nice ROM. There is basically no bloat, zero bloat, apart from Facebook app, which I consider to be bloat. And everything runs really fast on it. So it's running Android 4.4.4. And there are no updates as far as I can see. There's one wireless update. Hang on, let's see if that'll work. Current. Check for update. Seems there is maybe an update. No. Current system's up to date, so that's good. And Play Store works, of course, straight out of the box, so there's no mucking around with build props trying to fix that. Speaking of build props, this has the DPI set to 320 DPI, so maybe it could do with setting that down to 260 or 264. 264 is, of course, the PPI for the screen, the pixel density for the screen. So it'll probably look a little bit sharper, it may even be a little bit smoother, so that really runs fine, and it has quite a stock browser there that, it's a bit laggy there, but my website, Tech Tablets, is a little bit on the heavy side when it comes to images, so probably not the smoothest. But I'll just quickly boot up BBC, see how that loads. I've never loaded this before, so. Now, overall, I found the wireless performance to be stable. I haven't had any disconnects or any issues in both Windows and Android. So that was good to see, not like the Onda, which had a little bit of issues with the wireless disconnecting. So all in all, it's quite a good ROM. I'm happy with it. I love the fact that it's just almost bloat free. The sensor box, I was just running that before just to have a look at what sensors there are. And you can see here that we've got the accelerometer, basically what I went over before, so that's all there. The microphone location, I think, is this little tiny slot here. Yeah, if you can just see that, there's like a little gap there. That's either something they do with the manufacturing process to put the screen in, or that's where the microphone is, because I haven't actually managed to find it. And I'm really loving the way they've done the SIM card slot on this. And the micro SD sits in there really nicely. It sits right back in there. I've just got a Samsung Evo card in there. And it sits in there quite nicely. And the micro SD card has its own little... the micro SIM card. Getting myself confused. Own little tray to slot that in, which is really a nice addition. The build quality overall is really quite nice. It's definitely a step up from the Onda V919 and the Teclast. Definitely, to me, it seems to be slightly more solid. I've noticed no creaks, groans, noises around the sort of, where the screen meets with the metal rear housing. There doesn't seem to be any noises here. So it has those two little dual speakers in the back, which are not the greatest speakers. And you can see that it is a bit of a fingerprint magnet, but that's just like any kind of tablet. The iPad is the same. Okay, so that is just a quick little Android hands-on of the tablet. And I will stop spinning it around like an idiot, because that's not the best thing to be doing. And of course, to change over to Windows, you need to just swipe down from this menu here, and you have access to the... what's going on? It doesn't want me to do that. OS switch, so you can swap straight over into Windows, and it's actually quite quick. So I'll just do that now just to finish up the video and show you how that is. And the cameras, of course, on this are working the right way up. There's no issues like on earlier tablets. So it's just swapping right now. The BIOS is obviously just swapping over to Windows. and it's relatively quick. You can see Windows is now loading. That's the little Windows spinny thing. And that's it, we're now into Windows, hopefully. Which is pretty quick. I'd say that's faster than the TechLast or the Under actually. It seems to be just maybe a tiny little bit faster. I will see if I can time that in another video and just put the tablets head to head together and time that, how long it actually takes to do that switch. Anyway, that's the quick Android hands-on with the Cube i6. Thanks for watching the video. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. And do subscribe to my channel. I will have more up and coming videos of this tablet and many others from China. Thanks for watching.